45 and 46 are going to take a relatively long amount of time because it's one of those evidence pairs. So if you're in the last passage and you are running short of time, skip these by guessing randomly and move on to the things like vocab and the graph questions at the end so that you can make sure you add on as many points as possible. But if you have the time, we're going to use the QLC method to go through this methodically and make sure that we don't miss anything. So let's start with the question and let's make sure we understand exactly what we're going to be looking for when we go to the line references. It can most reasonably be inferred from the passage that many people in the solar panel industry believe that something. So there are three things that I notice in this particular question that I want to be paying attention to when I look at the line references. I need to know what the solar panel industry believes. That's two things. But also that many people in the industry need to believe that. So that might make some of these choices easier to eliminate. Let's take a look. Lines 1 through 3. So we go there. Choice A. Solar panel installations continue to grow quickly, but the solar panel manufacturing industry is in the doldrums because supply far exceeds demand. So, okay. They're talking about the industry, that's one check. But I don't see anything about what they believe here. It's saying more of a fact than a belief, that the industry is struggling. So I don't love it. Maybe I keep this choice in because I don't really have a good reason to eliminate it, but it doesn't check off a lot of my boxes here. So that's not a great sign. Let's look at choice B, 10 through 15. All right. A few years ago, silicon solar panels cost $4 per watt, and Martin Green, professor at the University of New South Wales and one of the leading silicon solar panel researchers, declared that they'd never go below $1 a watt. Well, it's definitely a belief. He's saying what he believes about the price, and he seems to be in the solar industry. So that looks pretty good, but if we're clever and careful, this is actually a choice we can confidently eliminate here. This is just one guy's opinion, this guy Martin Green. The question, though, is asking what many people believe in the industry. And there's nothing indicating that Martin Green's opinion is shared by lots of people. That's a problem. That's a big red flag. So maybe you leave it just in case, but this is one I'm pretty sure we can cross out. This is not what we're being asked for. We need everyone's opinion, not just this one guy. All right, 22 to 26 is in here. If so, that would bring the direct cost of solar power to 6 cents per kilowatt hour, which is cheaper than the average cost expected for power from new natural gas power plants. Well, this doesn't jump out to me as being right, but expected like kind of indicates that it's a belief, right? Someone is expecting something to happen that's not necessarily based on fact, it's more of a belief. I don't get who that person is or who that group is that is expected to believe something. So I might just leave this in for now because I don't really have a good reason, kind of like choice A, to get rid of it. But it's not looking great. It's not a front runner. That leaves choice D, 27 to 30. All parts of the silicon solar panel industry have been looking for ways to cut costs and improve the power output of solar panels. That's led to steady cost reductions. This looks good. They're talking about the industry, obviously. And this is a huge sign. Hey, this line reference probably fits. All parts sounds a lot like many people. So that's a really good sign. Now, we're still looking for a belief. So what is this saying that they believe? Well, they're talking about cutting costs and improving power output. And so I don't really know what the belief is here, but maybe when I look at my answer choices for question 45, I can start to make more sense of these quotes. So let's take a look. The people believe that consumers don't understand how solar panels work. Well, for any of the remaining line references, that doesn't make sense. They didn't talk about consumers really at all here, so that's a problem. B, two-sided cells have weaknesses that have not yet been discovered. Well, that's really specific. They didn't talk about the two-sided cells. They're going to talk about the two-sided cells later in this passage. And that's a good reminder of why I don't read the passages. If I had read the passage, this is going to be a very tempting choice because they spend a lot of lines talking about the two-sided panels. But right now, since I haven't read that part yet, it's just another choice, and it's one that I can easily dismiss because it's not talked about at all. So the no reading strategy has a lot of benefits. One of them is these distractor choices tend to fall away really quickly if you haven't read the lines that they're about. So it's useful. Choice C, the cost of solar panels is too high and their power output is too low. Oh, okay. Well, they talked about cutting costs and improving the power output. So obviously the people in the industry believe that the costs are high if they want to cut them, and the output is low if they want to improve it. So that fits really nicely with what we're talking about. I'm pretty sure that's going to be right and that that's going to match with line reference D, but we should obviously read choice D just to be sure. Willow glass is too inefficient to be marketable. I have no idea what willow glass is. They certainly didn't mention that in any of the lines, so it's gone. And there you go. C and D are the answers. Now, I don't think that took a ton of time, but notice, I think that choices B and D in particular would have been more tempting had I read the passage. So I know that it's controversial to not read the passages, but I encourage you to try it. See if it makes a difference. This is one of those cases where you might have saved some time, not just by skipping the reading, but also by not worrying about choices that haven't come up yet. So it adds up. All that time adds up.